he just went low. He's in his head. He's in his head. He's open his head wide open. Cracked open in the face.
And welcome everyone, it's Mario 2100 back again with the second opinion series, and we're back in the Metroid franchise. Actually, it might be the first time in this series that we've went to the Metroid franchise. It's Metroid Prime 3 Corruption for the Nintendo Wii. So, I know that I did first impressions videos of Metroid Prime 1 and Prime 2 on the Prime trilogy a while ago, in terms of recording and in terms of putting it up. And I enjoyed my time with Metroid Prime 2 more so than the original Metroid Prime on initial playthrough, at least looking retroactively. Because I did play a decent amount of Metroid Prime 1, but I played a lot less of Metroid Prime 2. But my initial feelings on Metroid Prime 2 were actually greater than Metroid Prime 1, though I haven't actually obviously watched the video back in a while for Metroid Prime 1 specifically, but I feel like the intro to Metroid Prime 2 is probably better than Metroid Prime 1 in some form or fashion. But like the music for this, like the startup music for this is fantastic. Now, like I've said, this is part of their second opinion series, obviously, because I have actually played this game before. It was a long time ago. In fact, actually, this might almost be the same copy that I had back in the day when I initially played the game all those years ago. And I played only probably about, I think maybe even only like half an hour of the game before popping it down and then never really picking it up again. And it's not the fact that the game was bad or anything. I think it just, it was one of those situations where I was playing so many games at the same time that it was hard for me to play them all at the same time, and I just completely forgot about this game, honestly. Let's see if I can get the controls. We want to... Okay, so lock on is on. Good. Play on normal, not on veteran. This is the first time in a while that I've played, and honestly, I'm not... Like, I'm big in the Metroid franchise. Ultimately, I feel like when it comes down to it, I've played quite a few of the Metroid games in the franchise, and I've enjoyed some. Oh, that's right, yeah, this theme was in Metroid Prime 2 as well. I forgot about that. Yeah. Because I said that it was part of Super Mario Bros. Z, like the animation series. And I remember specifically saying that in Metroid Prime 2 when I did the video on that. But like I said, this is not the first time that I've played Metroid Prime 3. I think I only played like some of the intro and didn't really play that much of it. But we just seen Dark Samus. Obviously, we supposedly defeated Dark Samus last game, at the end of last game. Obviously, we didn't play much.
Unidentified vessel, please switch to a secure radio frequency and transmit your identity code. We're standing by.
That one, that one, that one, and...
Transmission verified. Greetings, Samus. We welcome you on behalf of the Galactic Federation. Proceed to the command ship Olympus. You've been cleared for docking bay 5. Welcome back, Samus.
Okay. Yep, Joseph Barris is online. Did push it towards the screen, but okay. I did that about 4 or 5 times maybe. I was doing it a bit too fast. But yeah, this is one of the things I will say about Metroid Prime 3 is that for Metroid Prime 3 specifically, obviously considering that it is on the Wii compared to the GameCube, which the previous 2 games were on, it's very high on motion controls in this game. And for stuff like aiming and stuff like that, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like, obviously, not related to this franchise, but obviously related to games on the Wii. We had Resident Evil 4 come to the Wii and was arguably before the remake, the best version of the game, just due to the free aiming you could do with the Wii remote, obviously with the motion controls. Some games are really good with the motion controls, others are not as good, which kind of sucks. Metroid Prime 3, very much.
Calibration complete. Samus, welcome to the flagship Olympus. Admiral Dane is waiting for you in the briefing room. I will upload the location to you now.
Thank you. So yeah, obviously this is our gunship. We'll see more of it obviously as the game goes on. Metroid Prime obviously set between the first and the second game in the franchise. So obviously we have our traditional So that's something we can interact with, right? Okay, how about charge?
The pirate attackers have the old man nervous. Looks like he's getting ready to take the operation. No joke. Last time this many fighters were Hey Samus, these walkway mechanisms aren't working. Something must be jamming the gears.
There we go. Interactions to puzzles.
Thanks, Samus.
Do like that they went with the liberty of obviously voice acting and the lip syncing actually working. I think that's something obviously that a lot of the characters look the same, which is an issue. Will that blow up too? Yes, it does. Okay. Alright. So C's to go into Morph Ball. Z, so obviously is to hold steady. B is jump. 1 is your map, which is good. Okay, panning with the Z button. Alright. And B to go back. 2. And use a scan. I'm guessing it's a scan visor. Down. I'm guessing down might be missile. And then obviously this is your beams. Oh, and you got your scan visor here. Okay, so your scan visor is minus. I'm guessing tips is probably 2, I guess. So a thing like Metroid Prime 2, I can't remember if Prime 2 did this or Prime 3 did this first. I assume it's Prime 2. Things that are important to the plot are highlighted in a different colour compared to other stuff that you can scan. So obviously if you scan something it's green. Blue is stuff that you haven't scanned yet. And then obviously you can add creatures to your log and stuff like that. Now I'm not sure if that's randomly generated. Excuse me. No, it's rotating this. Now we did this in the ship as well, which obviously will show you status. Obviously with the name of corruption, we'll learn about that later on. Do like that it gets you, it does tell you that you go clockwise. But yeah, the beam's very much like the beam setup, because obviously the minus button is for beams. That's how it was in Metroid Prime Trilogy as well. So obviously it was not like that we had the C-stick in the GameCube editions of Metroid Prime 1 and Prime 2. With Prime Trilogy, obviously they brought that and updated it to the point where all the controls were the same for the games. Like that you can see Samus's eyes and her face in the visor. There's a nice attention to detail. And there's a detail that you wouldn't think you would see on the Wii. But remember, this is like, I think 2007, I think, when this game came out. So it was like right on early in the Wii's life cycle. And we're getting games that can have detail like this. So I think that's where you get your situation of using your scan visor first. But yeah, there's a lot of things to scan in this game. There's a lot of lore, there's a lot of creatures in the game, there's a lot in the game.
Aren't you Samus Aran? It's an honor to meet you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm on
Okay, then you've got a job to do.
Can I help you?
Yes, you can, but whether you're going to or not is...
Admiral Davis ordered me to remind you that suit maintenance and data backup should be done before the meeting. There's a recharge station on the other side of the walkway.
Thank you. See, don't have to be nasty about it. You can be nice. So there's a recharge station down here. And yeah, this is the interaction that you get, like your charge shot can bring in stuff to charge. So using your charge shot can be good. And obviously we'll give you the so now we have like a nice game situation of having to save the game. Like it has an actual meaning behind it. It's like, oh yeah, like, you know, data backup on a like a hard drive, for example, and it'd be a database, but you know what I mean. when I say a hard drive and stuff like that. And suit maintenance, it's great.
You're good to go. Admiral Dean is waiting.
Thank you. Everything's in here. But yeah, it's very much like the Arkham series doing detective mode. Obviously, this was before even Arkham Asylum come out, because Arkham Asylum came out in 2009, I think, 2009, 2010. So, oh, it's another me. Oh god, it's the SAX from fucking Fusion. No, it's not. It's just a shapeshifter.
Here now. Before I begin the briefing, let me introduce 242, flagship's Aurora unit. An organic It's my understanding that the Galactic Federation's core networks comprise centuries. That is correct, sir. And we serve as the network's master control. Currently the network is down. That seems efficient. Not necessary. You see, 7 days ago, we discovered that all Aurora units were infected with an unknown virus. We were forced to bring the network down. Fortunately, our scientists were quickly able to devise a vaccine. Unit 242 was the first AU to receive the vaccine. We were able to completely purge the virus. Where did this virus come from? We believe the virus is of space pirate origin.
Of course.
4 months ago, the GFS Valhalla went missing while on a training mission in the Far Nebula. The ship's logs revealed that they were attacked by a space pirate raiding vessel. Logic in disrupting a Federation training mission.
They're pirates. How can you resist a prize like that?
Then it's a shame you weren't. The pirates boarded the Valhalla and gained access to the ship's Aurora unit, 313. This is how they were able to hack into the network and plant the virus.
To all the Aurora units.
We were able to shut down the network before the damage to the virus became irreversible.
Which is good.
Still vulnerable. The pirates decided to launch a major offensive. We'd be hard pressed to defend ourselves. We must rid the other AUs of that virus and bring the network back online. That's where you come in. We need you to deliver the vaccine to each of the AUs in this system. We'd also like you to investigate the pirates' activity in the area. We need to know what they're up to.
In addition, Red, all personnel at combat ready stations. Repeat, addition Red.
Certain space pirate attack fleet has just warped out of some sort of wormhole. They're also heading for Sector 0, the planet's home base. No, they're targeting the planetary defense system. Get down to the planet and aid the ground troops. Stop those pirates from disabling the defense system. Go.
See, that's just a sign of respect there as well. From Admiral Dane. Which I appreciate. Because a lot of this franchise is like very much against like Samus at this point. Like, or maybe not at this point in the franchise, obviously it's a little bit later, but there's like a lot of characters. Like, you know, obviously we have Other M, which obviously is after Metroid Prime, Metroid 2, which is obviously after the Metroid Prime franchise. And a lot of the Galactic Federation, some of them are really, really nice. Others are not. To Samus. Okay, I was just waiting to load.
Samus, get your ship. Need you down on the planet. Don't forget the fleet informed
I'm gonna have to go that way. Those eyes. Okay. Can I jump any further in here? Doesn't look like I can go very far. Okay, that's fine. Damn it, didn't get it in time. Fuck. There we go, there's the lock on that I want. Did he just tag me and just fucking get that? Like, what the fuck? Now we have the energy cell. Can pop it back in the computer and get the defense up online again. That's just the tutorial on using Morph Ball, which I think is great. I think I love the ways that they can Oh, nice energy tank. We'll take that. That they can interact in terms of doing things for the morph ball. Ah, damn it. Let's see. Whee! Well, this is another way to get in. Nice cake. Might not have the dash yet, because I'm sure there is a way to dash. Like if you double press, it'll dash, but it might be an upgrade. Yeah, I don't even think I got this far in the game, which is crazy, because I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. So I don't remember this at all. Oh, my aim was way off there. It was on the other enemy, basically. Oh, is that missile expansion? Or is it giving me missiles? Yeah, it's giving me missiles. Nice. There we go. Yeah, it is down. I thought so. Yeah, so we start with a measly 5 missiles, but you know, it's... You stop. Fuck off. Don't know what I was stuck on then. Heading on this way. Recharge station? Yeah. Thought there might be one just here. Yes, please. It's very quick on saving, which is good. I mean, like, it is an early Wii game, so yeah, fair enough. But I reckon I'm going to leave it there with Metroid Prime 3 Corruption for Nintendo Wii. Oh, okay, it just gives you your next objective. Okay, that's good. Yes, I've already saved. But I'm going to leave it there for Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. I feel like when it comes to this game, the motion control is going to be alright with it. It might end up being an issue at some point in time, but the further you play through the game, it probably won't be as bad. Even with getting more and more options added to, like, you know, separate beam weapons and all that type of stuff. Most of that stuff you already probably know, because obviously you would already know about the scan visor, so you can already switch between beam weapons. I think actually the beams might actually stack in this, so it might only be just scopes that you might have to change out. But I think the game is alright. Obviously the story is pretty good as well. Music's pretty good too, I will say. I played 2% already, 21 minutes, which I thought would be longer than that, but yeah, I feel like this game, I don't think it's overly long in terms of the game either, but I feel like I'm having good vibes from it, which is good, because I think all the three Metroid Prime games, obviously Metroid Prime 4 is already out at the time of this recording. Obviously I'm recording this in February, on the 12th? The 11th, the 12th? And Metroid Prime Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is already out on Switch 2. Obviously I have not gotten it because I still haven't got a Switch 2 in my possession as of yet. But we'll see what happens, but I'm getting good vibes. I think ultimately I've gotten good vibes from all three of the Metroid Prime games on the GameCube and the Wii, leading into obviously Metroid Prime 4. And I've really enjoyed a lot of them. I will say this is probably the start, probably in the middle, just due to the fact that the controls to start off with are a little bit. It's not the hardest thing to hardest concept to grab, but I feel like the controls is probably one of the things that, if not the main thing, that will put people off about this game compared to the other two Metroid Prime games. Obviously, if you've played Metroid Prime Trilogy and have gotten to Metroid Prime 3 at this point in time, you'd be used to the controls, but ultimately, of course, the controls in this game obviously shape the controls in terms of the first two Prime games in Prime Trilogy compared to obviously the original GameCube releases for all those games in particular. But I feel like the story so far is good. Obviously I know of the story of all three of the Metroid Prime games before obviously Metroid Prime 4. I haven't even gotten into a situation of even looking at stuff for Metroid Prime 4. I don't really want to spoil myself on that because I do want to eventually pick that game up and actually experience it myself. But I've had good times with the Metroid Prime franchise, even including, say, Federation Force. Like, I played a decent amount of Federation Force as well, back when it released. And in fact, I actually played that before playing, obviously, Metroid Prime 1 and Prime 2. Obviously, the only other Prime experience at that point in time, what I had was obviously playing this game and obviously only playing the first, 5-10 minutes of it. So I don't really think that it's like really a first impression. Like, obviously that was my first impressions, but I don't remember obviously a lot of it. So when it comes down to it, obviously I did a second opinion video on this because obviously I felt like I did already at least start playing this. But I'm getting good vibes. I feel like I'm in the middle where the story is really is compelling to start off with this game, but the controls kind of bring the vibe down a little bit, so it kind of balances out. It's probably more good than it is bad, but the controls are alright. I got to obviously play more of the game to get used to them at this point in time, but I feel like that's probably the biggest hurdle when it comes to this game, is going to be those motion controls, especially if you played a lot of the first two Metroid Prime games, especially the first one. I know obviously a lot of people do not like the second one. I don't mind the second one. As I said in my video, my first campaign impressions video on Metroid Prime 2, is that the vibe that I got from the story and ultimately the controls, which obviously the controls I was used to after playing Metroid Prime 1, and obviously the tutorial actually was a little bit more, like, out of the three games, I feel like it's a little bit more natural, with the three Metroid Prime games, that Prime 2 had the best intro in terms of layering in the controls. It wasn't completely in your face about it, whereas this game is a little bit more like that, but I guess in terms of doing that for the general audience, because obviously a lot of people would have picked up a Wii and never actually played any of the Metroid Prime games. This game is supposed to be easier. It's supposed to be one of the easiest games in the Metroid franchise, for the reason of obviously the motion controls and obviously it being on the Wii. But ultimately, that's what obviously veteran mode is for. Is for veterans. But not only that, obviously we're trying to broaden it so that, casual, I say casual in terms of, in quotations there, like, people that don't always play games that might have picked this game up back in 2007 for the Wii, and obviously people that have played the Metroid Prime franchise or are veterans when it comes to playing video games, like they've played more than, like, say, 5-10 games in their lifetime, maybe 15. Including, like, obviously arcade games and like games from older consoles and stuff like that. But it's one of those things where I do have good feelings on this game. We'll see what happens. I think the black dot, next to Mama Luigi's face, is my energy tank count, I believe. But yeah, I'm getting good vibes from the game, obviously, but again, I do need to play more of it to really get a grasp on how I feel when it comes to Metroid Prime 3 compared to the other two games in the franchise, and even some of the other Metroid games in the franchise, because I would... At this point in time, I feel like the story is compelling enough for this game that I'm going to obviously continue it. But I get better vibes from games like Fusion. When I did that as a first impressions video, I really enjoyed Fusion and playing that game. And even Metroid Prime 2, I think it was a little bit better with that. I don't know whether it's because that's my Resident Evil zombie apocalypse part of my brain talking when it comes to that game in particular, because obviously, as I said back in that video, it's very much like the vibe of like a zombie apocalypse kind of brought to the Metroid franchise in that game in particular, and more so the rest of the games in the franchise. Fusion obviously is a little bit more like The Thing, in terms of like the franchise, The Thing. which obviously the X-Parasites are a part of. But obviously I had better interactions with Fusion, with Metroid Prime 2, and even Metroid Dread. Like I will say, Metroid Dread, I felt really compelled to play. I played a decent amount of that game, and I really did enjoy a lot of it. And hopefully this game will be the same. If it's up there with playing Metroid Dread, starting to play Metroid Fusion, but I do want to pick up an actual copy of that game to really dive into it, because obviously I don't have my Wii U anymore, so I can't play that version of the game. But that's one of the games that I actually would like to pick up on the Game Boy Advance. Obviously want to play other games in the franchise like Zero Mission as well. There's not too many games of the franchise that I've got left to actually play, because I've played Metroid 1, I've played Metroid 2, I've played Super Metroid and haven't finished it, but I think I might just get into a situation of just replaying that game again from the start. Like Link to the Past is kind of in the same boat, where I've played a decent amount of that game but haven't played it in a long time. Prime 1, Prime 2, Prime 3, Dread. I've played obviously a little bit of Fusion. So yeah, realistically I think it's only like Zero Mission. Metroid Prime Hunters, I guess, technically. Prime Pinball, obviously, but in terms of like the normal like that normal Metroid franchise, I'd say Prime Hunters, obviously, which is kind of like a spin-off of the Prime games, and Zero Mission are probably the only two, because I obviously played Samus Returns as well, and then obviously Metroid Prime 4 is obviously the next big one. Other than that, I don't think I'm forgetting any of the Metroid franchise. I don't think so. Oh, and I've played Other M as well. I played a decent amount of Other M as well. So yeah, I think that's. So I love that I kind of forgot that I played Other M, but you know, that game is that game in the franchise. But you know, I'm getting good vibes. Ultimately, I've probably talked a little bit too long towards the end of this video, but yeah, that's what Metroid can sometimes do. Like when I'm interested in a franchise, I talk about it a lot. Like I do it with Resident Evil, I do it with the Sonic franchise, I do it with Kingdom Hearts. I don't do it as much with the Mario franchise, but obviously I'm still really passionate about the Mario franchise still. There's a whole lot of franchises that I do that for, and Metroid just seems to be one of those ones. Smash Brothers obviously being another one. But that goes without saying. So I'm just going to cut myself off before I ramble on for another half an hour, or what will feel like another half hour. Thank you guys so much for watching this second opinion video on Metroid Prime 3 Corruption for the Nintendo Wii. This has been Mario Man Tells 100. You guys have a great day night, and of course, take care.